So, here we are with Kathleen Foran.
Almost 80.
Almost 80. And tell us, what year were you born?
I was born in 1936, March 2nd, 1936.
And where was that?
That was in North Bangor, New York.
And is that where you grew up?
Yes.
Well, you were born at home.
I was born at home, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Were all the WEMAT kids?
One of 9 children, although one had passed away before I was born.
Wow.
So who did the delivery? Was it a doctor or midwife?
We had a doctor that lived 2 doors from us, and he delivered all of us.
Oh, that was good. So how about all your sisters and brothers? Tell their
Dr.
names.
McCarthy was his name.
Oh, wow.
Remember that?
He delivered all the kids?
As far as I know, yes. But we were delivered at home.
Do you have a favorite childhood memory?
Favorite childhood memory? I'm not really.
We can
I
come
haven't
back.
thought about that in a long time. Let's come back to that one.
Did you enjoy high school?
I loved high school. I had played sports in high
Did
school.
you?
Yes.
Which sports?
Yeah.
Which sports?
Oh, I played volleyball and I played girls basketball.
Okay.
It was just intramurals.
What happened after high school?
Well, I got married, had 4 children, 4 wonderful children.
Where did you meet Dad?
I'm trying to think, where did we meet?
Blind date. Was it a blind date? She's a blind
She's
date.
purposely blocked that, so we don't want to go there.
Well, it's been so many years. It's been so many years.
I thought it was a blind date. I thought somebody set you up.
That is a possibility. There was Mary Margaret Rhodes was a good friend of mine from high school, and she was dating a guy from Chateauguay, and I think that they introduced me to your father, to Jack.
Did you go out with many other guys before him?
No,
No.
I never had. I think I had a boyfriend when I was a freshman, Ted McCarthy, when I was a freshman in high school, but
Was he the son of the doctor?
no,
Well, that was the name?
no.
Blah, blah, blah.
How about tell us your sisters and brothers' names in order? Because
Oh,
I know
okay.
Aunt Lila's the oldest.
Right. Well, Uncle Lyle was the oldest.
Oh, Lyle's the oldest.
My brother Lyle was the oldest, and he passed away quite a few years ago. And then Lila, Charlie, who has passed away, Leon, and then Lee, he's passed away, and then Eileen, myself, and Jean. That's a birth order.
4 kids. How many grandkids?
4 kids and 8 grandchildren. And the children are Karen, Cynthia, John, and Carla. And should I name the grandkids too?
Sure.
Okay, the oldest one is CJ, and Gregory and Peter. They're both the same age.
Yeah.
And then Gregory and Peter. And then let me think. Lucas and Ben, the twins, and then Ella, and then there was Carla's children, Claire, and then Teddy or Edward.
And that's it, no more grandchildren.
No more grandchildren unless John gets busy here.
Unless John has a
I
surprise.
can't hear. Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I'm not really an introvert, but I don't think I'm an extrovert either. I'm rather quiet, but I will speak my mind if the situation arises. But
Do you have a favorite movie?
I thought about that. I'm sure there was one, and I can't think of it right now.
Or a
It comes-
favorite song?
Not really. Should I say, I'll take you home again, Kathleen?
That's a good one.
When we used to go skating in Lake Placid, my friend from elementary and high school, her father used to sing that to me when he would drive us to Lake Placid to skate on Mirror Lake.
Yeah.
We were just teenagers.
Yeah.
I remember that, you know.
What are you most proud of in your life?
My children, all 4 of you have done so well, and my grandchildren too. That's what's made me happy all my life.
What about going to college?
Well, I enjoyed doing that too, but my family, my
That's number
children
one.
make me real happy. And they've all done so well.
Do you have a biggest regret in life?
I got married too young, for one thing. But other than that, maybe I would have liked to have gone on to school, and should have gone to school right out of high school. And at first I wanted to be a teacher, but I don't know if I would have remained wanting to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
But my biggest regret.
And you were sick with cancer for a while.
Yeah, I had that.
How old were you?
Oh, I was 40 something.
8?
Was I 48? I don't remember the age, yeah. Getting up there.
Yeah.
48, that was,
Well, no, that was young.
That's young.
Yeah, that's young to have it.
yeah.
If you
But-
could go back and be 20 years old again, would you do it?
I would change my life if I went back to age 20.
Then none of us would be here.
I know. Well, no, I'm happy the way things have gone. I mean, I'm not disappointed in my life. I wish I would have gotten more education, I think, if anything. But I'm happy. I've got a wonderful family. That's what makes me happy.
But you did go back to school. What age was it when you went back to get your college
Oh.
degree?
Well, Carla was in Australia, or you were going to Australia, I think, when I decided I would go to school.
And I remember when we had your graduation party.
Yeah.
I
Right.
was married to Michael.
Right,
I didn't have any children yet. So
Right.
it must have been before 97.
And I think Greg was 2 then.
Greg and
the
Peter
graduation
were little,
party.
yes.
So
So
that must have been
24
91.
years ago. 91?
Yeah, because Greg was born right after I was married in 89.
Yeah. So.
That was a long time ago.
91, so.
Yeah.
you
But
would've
then
been-
I had breast cancer, and I had like 6 or 9 credit hours, or maybe a little more than that before I graduated. And I said, I'm never going back to school. But then after I got better, then I thought, well, yes, I should go back and and graduate.
And
Get
you
my
worked
diploma.
at NYSEC how long?
I worked there 25 years.
Wow.
Got my retirement, helping me live comfortably today.
Tell us some of the jobs you had when you were younger, whether before you were married or
Oh,
while you were married.
well, I worked in my uncle's grocery store when I was in high school. And then after I graduated and got married and did a lot of, part-time work like W.T. Grants, I remember that. We were in Syracuse. And not sure, can't remember any of those other jobs.
Something retail. When we were young,
At, yeah, I can't think of it.
like Christmas time or something.
Yeah, I worked Christmas time when you kids were little.
And you took care of kids, because you
Yeah,
babysat kids.
when Carla was little, I
Right.
used to take care of a little boy that was your age, and I can't think of what his name was
I
now.
don't remember him.
Right.
Must have locked him.
And the two of you used to fight. Yeah, but he was good when his
Right.
mother wasn't around. But when his mother came to pick him up, then he would be really naughty and everything. But when they were just alone, they played real well together. But watched a lot of soaps when your kids were little, when you were at school.
Well, they were popular.
Yeah,
Soap
back then.
operas.
Is there one bit of advice you could share with people that you maybe learned through the years?
Well, big thing is love your family and get a good education. That's my feeling. Be good to your family. Take care of them when they need you, and try to be there for advice, because your kids have grown up, and be there for them.
Tell us about your relationships with your siblings. What are some of the things you remember?
Oh, my siblings growing up.
Yeah.
I don't really remember that much because I was next to the baby. of the family. And I can remember playing with the kids like next door, and I used to play baseball out in, we had a baseball diamond out in our back. We had like 9 acres of land. My father used to be out there, and all the kids in the neighborhood came there, and I really was a tomboy at that time. I could beat up the best of them. I was rough and tough, but that changed after I got a little bit older, but yeah.
Did you have a TV growing up?
I think I was, no, I was older. I think I might have been a junior in high school when we finally got a TV. That was a thrill of a lifetime, having a TV.
Who were you closest with of your siblings?
Well, and Eileen and I used to fight because we had to do the dishes. So she would wash and I would dry, and then there would be no dishes, and I'd say, well, I'm through. And then she'd say, well, you're not through because I haven't finished, or whatever. We'd argue, little things like that. But now we're really close.
What's the age difference between you and Eileen?
We're 22 months apart,
No, it's like,
just like you kids. You're
Right.
3. Carla, you're 5.5 years later. An afterthought. But Aunt Jeannie and Aunt Eileen and I are very close. And Aunt Lila too, but you know, she's not around us that much. But the 3 of us talk a lot. And Uncle Ian calls every week. So we're close with him too.
when you were younger, you played the piano.
Oh, I took piano lessons for 2 years, I think, when I was young. And I liked that a lot, but never went much of any place. And it was fun. I could probably play by ear now, but notes, I don't remember any of that.
I remember you told me once when you were walking to school there were wild horses.
Oh, that used to scare me. Well, they belonged down on another street in town, but they would get out all the time, and they'd be running down the middle of the street. Huge, big workhorses, and I was, like 6, 7 years old, and I had to walk to school. And I told my mother I was afraid, and she said, well, just get behind the trees. There was big trees as you walked along on the sidewalk. If they're coming near you, she said, get behind the trees, but they'd be running down, their teeth would be showing. It was so scary. To this day, I really don't care for horses. Pardon me?
Brothers. Were you alone walking to school? Or did you go with-
Usually, yeah. But Aunt Eileen was 2 years ahead of me in school, and I mean, sometimes probably I was walking with her, but I don't really remember that much. I remember I didn't like those horses. Scary, scary, and huge.
What about your parents? How did they meet, and
I don't know.
What can you tell us about them?
Oh, my mother taught school before she had all of us children. And I think she went to a school and got a diploma or something to teach. That's the way it was years and years ago. And my father was a chauffeur for this quite rich family in Malone, New York. And then after a while, he decided to get a job at Alcoa in Messina. I should be looking at this too, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and so he worked there for 30 years, I think. But after 2 or 3 children were born, then my mother was a stay-at-home mom. But I can remember when I was like 14, my mother went to work in the school cafeteria. She was a cook there. So I remember that when I was...
But your father he left school at a
Oh, he left school at a very young age. He was an only child, and I don't know why. I guess the background, maybe he had to work to help. I don't know. I don't know what that part of that was.
How did they meet?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Go ahead.
Didn't he raise hunting dogs too?
Well, he had hunting dogs, and he hunted, and he shot foxes and sold the pellets that made extra money for the family. A family with 8 kids
Yeah.
needed the extra money. I remember that, but when I think about it, ugh.
Did your mother speak French?
Yes, she did. My grandmother spoke French.
But your
And-
mother did too?
Yeah, she
But
did.
she didn't teach you kids to speak
No,
French?
she didn't. And I know when my grandmother and mother would be talking, they didn't want us to know what they were talking about. They speak in French. But we never picked that up at all.
So did your grandmother, was she born in Canada?
Yes, I think so. Yeah. My grandfather wasn't. I don't know. I guess she came and lived in the States, and I think her mother and father did too. I didn't really know her mother, but my grandmother Herta was really a sweetheart, little short lady.
Is there anything that we don't know about you that you think we would find interesting?
I think you know everything about me.
That we find funny or interesting or
I don't know.
unusual?
I was always very athletic. I always loved sports, and I should have been a phys ed teacher probably, but
That's in your second life.
Makes two of us.
in my next life, yeah. Well, at least you went for the education and got the education for it. But I always did like sports.
Is there one historical moment that stands out in your life?
Yeah, when I was gonna have Carla, the day I was in labor for Carla, John F. Kennedy's funeral was taking place. And Carla, when he was killed, I think you were home that day. Karen, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, you were homesick that day that he...
Not another sick day.
Another sick day.
But I was in labor for Carla when that stands out in my mind, John F. Kennedy's funeral.
Can you tell us something about each of us that was frustrating or funny?
You might not want to hear that.
Oh, no, I think it'd be interesting. What, like, characteristics about each of us that you remember?
Oh,
Like Karen was always baking.
well, not really so much when she was little. I can remember when she was really little, and she was the only one that we had. At that time, we were at Nanny Foran's, and I had to run in the house for a second to get mitten or whatever, something for her. And so I was gone like a minute. I came back out and I couldn't find her. Oh my God, I went crazy. She had gone into their garage, and she was in the garage, and oh, that was so scary. And about you, I can remember, Cynthia, you used to have tantrums. If she didn't have her way, and she was so cute, she had all these blonde curls and everything, and she'd lay on the floor and scream and kick. And
Hasn't changed.
John, I can't remember. I haven't thought about any of these things in so long.
Remember you said I had really soft skin when I was...
Oh, you did. He did. I do remember that as a baby. I can remember a little tot before you were a year old. He always had such soft skin, and I can remember I had made a blue sweater for you. I was learning how to knit, I guess. I made a little blue sweater, and it looked so cute on you. But I remember your skin was really, really soft. And then with Carla, trying to think. Carla, as Carla got a little bit older and she was in school.
Why don't we stick to the younger?
I'm thinking the bad thing. You were always really good, but I mean, you were spoiled because you were the last one, and so I lavished everything on you that I could. And
Which is only fair.
I can remember, and you brought that to my attention one time we were together. Do you remember when Carla used to scream and yell in the morning, "Mom, brush my hair, get my hair brushed"? I kind of remember those times, but all my memories were wonderful because, you know, you're my life.
Is there any place that you haven't been that you would love to go to? Doesn't matter if it's realistic or...
No, I haven't really thought. I mean, I've been more places I never dreamed that I would, like even coming here. This is amazing.
Right, but if there's some place, whether it's exotic or some place you know you'll never go, but in the back of your mind you've always found interesting or wanted to go.
I haven't really thought about that. Not really.
No more cruises?
Yeah, a cruise would be good. The one thing about a cruise, the cooking is done for you and it's all there and you can have your choice. Yeah, that's the one nice thing about
Do
it.
you have any other bucket list things you'd like to do? You know,
I'd like to have a house. I'd like to not have a manufactured home, but that's all right. You know, it's good. And as you get older, as I've gotten older, I'm realizing I don't really need that. And now that Aunt Eileen and Uncle Bobby are moving close by, that will be nice. But no, I'm happy in my life.
I don't know if I know your favorite color.
I have a lot of favorite colors.
Maybe that's why.
I do like yellow, and I used to wear a lot of black. I always liked black to dress in. And I like yellow. I'm not, you know,
Favorite food?
favorite food. Everything is favorite. I like everything. I love almonds. I love nuts. Last time that I had, what is it? I can't remember what I had done. And I don't have to have it done anymore. Colonoscopy.
Oh, God.
Colonoscopy. He said, the doctor said, I must advise you that you should not eat walnuts and almonds and stuff like that. I said, well, why? I said, I love them. And he said, because the way my intestines are and whatever diverticulitis and whatever. And so he said, you shouldn't. I said, oh, but I love them. He said, well, I'll tell you, if you really chew them up to very small, then you can have them. I said, I definitely will chew them up. I just love any kind of nuts like that.
So now I know what to get you for Christmas.
Mixed nuts.
Mixed nuts?
A nut grinder.
Oh, no, I like chewing them.
Well, just so you
Well, I-
will chew after
Oh,
that.
once I still have my teeth. I can
Lovely.
chew, yeah, and brush my teeth all the time.
Right.
Um,
Well, all right.
Very good.
And this is wonderful being here with all of you.
Yeah, let me just
As it is for us.
turn the camera on us for a minute.
Okay.
That's good, keep me out.
Should I get closer to Cynthia?
No, you two
Closer?
stay right where you are, and I like being off camera, that's good.
And John, you get there too, so you can be in it.
Maybe.
John, you have to come in too.
Oh, yeah.
Let me get this out of the way.
Here, come. There we are.
There we are.
We're all in it.
Happy 80th birthday.
Mom.
Oh, thank you, thank
wonderful
you.
mother.
I
Yeah.
think we
Thank
should
you.
each say a memory we have of Mom that she might not know that we carry around.
Oh, that's good,
I'll
yeah.
go first,
Yeah,
I thought
let's-
of it. I'm thinking back to before you went to work, when I was supposed to be going to kindergarten, which
Right,
was half day back then, and I was in the afternoon class, and every morning I would, totally happy, I was playing, maybe with that boy who I don't remember. And then when it got close to noon, I would suddenly start to feel sick. I said, oh, I can't go today, I have a headache, or I can't. I did not want to leave you. And I remember
Aw,
about half the time you let me stay
Stay
home.
home.
So I missed almost all of kindergarten, and it didn't matter.
You still
I
graduated.
was still graduating, but I didn't want you to leave. And when
that's
you started
sweet.
working, I was so upset. I was like, no, now I have to go to school and come home to Fran.
I knew that was correct.
Yeah, it's
It still
true.
comes up.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
So
that.
that's one of my earliest memories of you, of like grabbing your leg when you were taking
Oh.
me to school and crying in the car and saying,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to go.
Well, I remember I had to change you to go over to, was it Jennifer, little girlfriend you had in kindergarten, and her mother, Ernie.
Oh, they lived near the high school.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she took you for the last 5 weeks of kindergarten, I
Right.
think. Yeah, I
Yes,
remember that
I
now.
remember that.
Yeah.
Well, I remember all the games you drove me to. My gosh, you'd come home from work and I'd be out there ready to go, probably yelling at you, why are you late? And then I remember playing catch with you when I was
Yeah.
about 6
Yeah.
in the trailer park.
Well, see, I used to play baseball and softball and stuff like that, so it was
Yeah, I
fun
know,
doing
you
that.
were good.
It was fun doing that.
Yeah.
I have a couple of memories unless you want to
No.
say anything else. I remember you doing my homework one time.
Really? I don't remember
There
that.
was a show on television that I just had to watch.
Oh,
And so
Well, you were like a senior in high school.
I think I was like, I think it was like,
Trigonometry.
I think it was like 4th grade or something
Oh.
insignificant.
I
but-
could still handle it then.
but it was, the show was on and I wanted to watch that show, so you did my homework.
Oh,
And I always remember that.
did you pass that test or whatever?
Probably more
Did you get a good mark in it?
than anything. I remember that you were always working hard and you were the backbone of the family, and because of you, we all felt safe and
Oh, that's
loved
nice.
and stable. And I do remember one time, and I don't mean to get upset, but I remember one time you came home from putting Dad in the hospital for his nerves. And I remember you came home and you had your sunglasses on, and you told me like what was going on. And I remember thinking that was my first glimpse inside that, you know, things were not perfect and how
Yeah.
much you had to deal with. And you obviously had your sunglasses on because you were
Give me one to cry.
upset. But, you know, we realized that, you know, you had to deal with a lot, and we wouldn't be who we are if you
Aw.
hadn't, you know,
Yeah.
been as strong as you were to get through.
You were my whole life.
Well,
Kids.
we wouldn't be here as we are, you know.
Oh.
I mean, Dad was Dad, and he had his issues, unfortunately,
Yeah.
but you got us as a family through all that.
Thank you.
Yes.
My whole life.
Loving, and I remember I could always come home and talk to you or say what went on during the day, and you were always understanding, and we can still call you at the drop of a hat and talk to you and feel loved, and it makes the world better. We know we have you.
Thank you. This time with the four of you doing this for me, it's just unreal. You're all so good and so sweet and loving. I really appreciate having such a nice family. I really
Well,
do.
we have you, and we have
You make
each
my
other.
life.
Let's go have fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
High above the chimney top, that's where